Ooh, yeah. Feeling myself. Don't really know where this video is gonna go, but I had an idea just to talk about October, my plans. If you guys follow me on social media or if you're friends with me on Facebook, you probably saw yesterday that I'm making the choice to really distance myself from social media. I just think that without like a proper care or like if you don't constrict yourself and put limits on social media and like how much you use it, that's when it can really start to become a whole detriment to your life. And for me in particular, I just realized that it's such a waste of time. Like, I don't see the purpose in using it. And I just think that I could get so many more things accomplished, like with school, with my YouTube channel, doing podcasts, like putting effort into like all these other areas of my life that are way more beneficial. Like, it's hard to see the traction that you're gaining on the podcast or the YouTube channel because it's very slow, it's very gradual. And social media is the exact opposite. It's instant gratification, but you know, if you're already kind of feeling like lonely and like you don't have friends and then you go on there and then you see how everybody else is pretending to be striving or doing good, it's going to make you feel like crap. So, I'm getting off of it for October. Somebody's knocking on the door. Hello? But yes, so I'm getting off of social media for the month of October, unless, like I said, if I got to post something for the channel, for if I'm doing a podcast, if I have something creative, something really great to announce, like I'm not going to be on there. I don't see the point. I just feel like this weekend made it so clear for me that I could be doing so many other things. And so, on top of that, there's something really cool that I have to announce that ties into this subject. So, for me, coming back to Simpson back earlier in 2020 for the spring semester, before COVID, all that, like one of my biggest goals in coming back to campus was to, for one, get my own place, which I have done, but two, I wanted to be more immersed in the social life, the student interaction on campus. I wanted to meet people. I wanted to make friends. I wanted to challenge myself to talk to more girls because I felt like, growing up, I'd become too comfortable in the fact that, like, we do live in a digital age where you approach those interactions that you're supposed to have with girls on dating apps like Tinder and Bumble. But what happens when you don't have success with that? And then you feel like you're almost froze, like you're stuck, like a deer in the headlights when you actually try and go and approach a girl, or you don't have the confidence to. So the whole idea of socializing was something I was trying to emphasize and tell myself to do coming back to campus in 2020, like I said, before COVID. And, now that we're in the fall semester and COVID has been going on since, halfway through March, it definitely looks better, right? Like, we're seeing, it's good that we're in person on campus, but it's very hard to it's very hard to read people, obviously with the mask and whatnot and the social distancing. And I'm not trying to knock the CDC. I'm not trying to knock college campuses. They're doing all of these practices in faith that we're going to keep the numbers down and that we actually do get to have classes on campus. We get to be in person. So I totally get that. But I'm just saying that already for a generation of my age, I think I'm a Gen Z or I'm a millennial or I fit in both categories. It's hard. We don't know how to talk to people. It's hard to socialize. Like, I'm an extrovert, but I get, like I said, I get stuck in the initiation of like going up and talking to somebody and carrying the conversation because I'm always in my head about that stuff. So it's hard for me to make connections or feel like that I provide something to the relationship because I'm so hyper fixated on, getting my point across or paying attention to how I sound, how they're interpreting me, that it takes away from the actual connection that you're having with the person. So it's making it, I would say that like it's for the Gen Zs and the millennials who already don't know how to talk to people, like it's just further encouraging us to be separated. And it sucks, dude. I'm not gonna lie. It sucks. Like, I don't know how to approach these situations when on campus, when really all I want to do is to make friends or to talk to girls and put myself in a position to, maybe find a mate, maybe find a girlfriend. I don't know. Like, it's not what I'm saying I need right now. Like, oh, I need to be with this person. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to get out in the field. I'm trying to be a regular 23-year-old male who, is just trying to find his way, is trying to make connections, is trying to be sociable, like, just trying to meet people, like, that's all I'm saying. So, the cool thing that I'm going to now announce is that I just had a meeting with my professor for Com 311. It's a multimedia editing class, and we have this like final project that we're doing for the semester, and we're just now starting to talk about it. And the objective is to have your story or your project get picked up by the iowawatch.org, and she's pairing us up in groups. And so me and this kid, Ethan Humble, we're both really into podcasting. That's how I really started my YouTube journey, was doing podcasts, but now I've branched out to talk about other things or just do videos on myself. And I haven't talked to him yet, but she paired me in a group with him because he was raising questions about how does, having masks, this whole COVID thing, how does it affect socialization? How does it affect extroverts, introverts, and then I brought up the question that, hey, how do you date people? How do you get yourself out there? How do you expose yourself to people when that's like the last thing that we're trying to do? Oh. But so what him and I are going to do, I don't know the whole details. I'm just giving you guys a glimpse of what this is going to be, and this is something that I'm going to put on my personal YouTube channel. And then I don't know if he has a podcast or not. And then hopefully we get this picked up by iowawatch.org so people can see it. But really, we're going to try and answer these questions of, how does COVID affect socialization amongst humans, amongst individuals? How are college kids affected by this? All those interesting things that you're trying to figure out, as we're not even adolescents anymore. We're in our early adult stages where things are weird, and all the intentions of, I mean, obviously I came back to Simpson to get my degree, but there's other intentions. If you're going to try and be a part of school life, you're going to try and meet people. You're going to be vulnerable. You're going to put yourself in a position to get judged, to be around people. So I'm really excited for it. Sometimes it's hard to get excited about school projects, but when she said that this kid, Ethan, that's in my class, is into podcasting, he was talking about these things, I'm raising the same questions in my own mind. They just haven't been verbalized to other people. So in the near future, that is something that will be dropped on this channel. I don't know when. I'm assuming the final project is going to be due closer towards the end date of class. But yeah, I just wanted to put out a video kind of talking about how October is going to be, kind of trying to tie this whole idea together of how we can put ourselves in a position to be successful and be around people in a day and age where social media, COVID it's a barrier. They're hurdles, really. We started social media with the intention of trying to be instantly connected and connected all the time, but I think that unintentionally, on the reverse side of that, it's making people feel more disconnected. And so if I wanted to attack my goals and really get specific with where I'm going, where I'm headed, and get rid of expectations or things that are making me feel like crap, like being on social media, I gotta drop them. There's really no time for it. Maybe through October if I realize like there's a really good way of handling social media. It's like I'm not deleting my profile, right? Like I still need it. We living in this day and age, you need social media, but I think that we got to figure out a way to control it and not let it control us. So those are my ideas. Didn't really know where this video was going to go, but that's whatever. It's a freelance of ideas, and these are the things that have been on my mind lately. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys get some valuable information out of it. Like I said on social media with my post, if anybody wants to join this challenge with me, that'd be great. I'm not saying you can't text. I'm not saying you can't use your phone no more. I still want to be connected to people, but I want to spend more time on my own developing myself. But we are social creatures, so I think these challenges seem really daunting at first. Nobody thinks like, oh, I'm going to get off social media for a month. If you do it with other people, the challenge isn't as bad because you have people to keep you accountable and they're going through the same thing you are, so you can talk about it. You can relate to that idea. So, like I said, if you guys want to join this with me, go ahead. I'm down. I'll put my phone number out. I guess I could just say it right here. My phone number is 515-822-3701. If you want to get a hold of me, talk to me about this idea. Let's do it. I'm open. So, anyways, thank you guys. Drink coffee. Stay safe.